Yo, what's up guys? First off, let me just say thank you guys for all the love and support on the last few videos. Definitely go check out my last video if you guys missed it. I was talking about how the Chicago Bulls are monitoring the Damian Lillard situation from the Portland Trail Blazers. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and leave a quick like on today's video. It only takes a second and helps me out a lot. But nonetheless, let's just jump right into it because recently a lot of Bulls news, rumors, and honestly potential trade rumors just came out. And the first topic that I want to talk about in today's video is about Kemba Walker. And the Boston Celtics have been, I'd just say, a mess for the last few weeks. And I saw their whole front office is changing, and the Celtics are expected to make a lot of change in this upcoming offseason, just like the Chicago Bulls are. And recently, there's been a lot of trade rumors linking Kemba Walker to the Chicago Bulls as a potential landing spot. And the more I think about this doesn't really surprise me. I'd say about 3 to 4 months ago, I made a video about how the Bulls are interested in Kemba Walker right before the trade deadline. And even 6 months ago, right before the NBA draft, some rumors came out about how the Chicago Bulls reached out to the Boston Celtics about a possible Kemba Walker trade. So these rumors really don't surprise me, and I'm going to be breaking that down and just giving my opinion on the whole Kemba Walker trade rumors. You know, if the Bulls should, of course, upgrade the point guard position and say trade for Kemba Walker. But before I break it down and give my opinion on it, definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about this first topic and about all the other topics in today's video. Like I said, there's been months on months of rumors about the Bulls just being linked to Kemba Walker. And the other day, Bleacher Report put out an article about a potential Kemba Walker trade to the Chicago Bulls. The trade was just terrible. I was talking about it in one of my past videos. And my opinion on trading for Kemba Walker is a big no. You know, throughout this season, he's honestly just had a lot of knee issues and just injury problems as well. While I do believe adding Kemba Walker would make the Bulls a lock for the playoffs next season, without a doubt, I expect the Bulls to make the playoffs next season nonetheless, with Kemba or without. You know, like I said, he has had some injury problems, and his fit with the Boston Celtics was just kind of strange. And he really started this season off really bad, like I said, with injuries, and he just wasn't playing the best basketball. But during the second half of the season, Kemba Walker looked like his all-star self again. You know, he is 31 years old, and throughout the second half of the season, he was averaging pretty much 26 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, also averaging a steal, and he shot pretty much 43% from deep. And I do believe a Kemba Walker and Zach LaVine backcourt could be pretty deadly, but he's on the decline. His injuries have been piling up. The Boston Celtics they look to shop him. He has a big contract. The only reason that the Bulls should even be looking into this situation is because there's been a lot of rumors about how the Boston Celtics want to move on from Kemba Walker. And if they do want to move on, they're of course going to have to trade him. And the only way to trade his massive contract, they're probably going to have to give up another valuable asset or I'd say a first or second rounder included. But the big question is, does this even make sense for the Chicago Bulls? You know, there's a lot of point guard options, trade targets. The rumors have been going crazy. I was talking about how Damian Lillard might get traded the other day. You know, Kemba Walker might get traded. You know, Lonzo Ball's a free agent. There's definitely some interesting point guard options out on the market in this upcoming offseason. You know, Kemba was often injured for the Celtics for the past few seasons. But like I said, I just don't see the point in that. I mean, especially because in all the mock trades, the Bulls would have to give up Coby White. I'm still way too high on Coby White. I honestly wouldn't be mad if the Bulls just ran it back with Coby and Zach being the starting backcourt next season as well. Say that we can't afford Lonzo Ball or there's really no good point guard options on the market. I wouldn't be mad with running those two back. And speaking of Kemba Walker's huge contract, he is 31 years old, you know, turning 32. He's expected to make $36 million in this next season. You know, he's been very injured over the past few seasons, and he's slowly declining. I just don't see the point in trading for him. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about the Bulls possibly being a potential landing spot for Kemba Walker. And the next topic in today's video is an interesting one. Of course, it's another point guard option for the Chicago Bulls. And say the Bulls miss out on a bunch of point guards or top point guards like I was just talking about, or say we can't afford Lonzo Ball, Jalen Brunson would not be a terrible option. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about Jalen Brunson as well. And Casey Johnson put out a mailbag the other day, and of course he got questioned about Alonzo Ball and just the point guard options in this upcoming offseason, and he kind of hinted at how the Chicago Bulls could target Jalen Brunson in this upcoming summer, say they miss out on Alonzo Ball and other options. And while Jalen Brunson's not the best option, he's not the big name, he's a solid option. I don't think he's a starting point guard in this league. He is only 24, he's only 6'1", and honestly his numbers are just not that impressive, especially in the playoffs versus the Clippers. He was only playing about 10-20 minutes max a game, not playing that well in most of these games as well. I mean, he put up some solid games here and there, but on the season he was only playing about 25 minutes a night, putting up about 13 points a game, shooting about 52% from the field and 40% from deep. He also put up about 3 rebounds a night and almost 4 assists a game as well. Not terrible numbers for playing 25 minutes a night, but at the same time, I just don't see him fitting well with Zach. I don't really see him as being the answer for the Chicago Bulls point guard solution, I'd say. I just don't see him being a starting point guard in this league. Like I said, he wouldn't be a bad 6-man or bad backup option, but I'm just not for signing him to be our starting point guard. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video if you guys would want the Bulls to target Jalen Brunson, say the Bulls miss out on Lonzo Ball or other targets. And the final topic that I'm going to be talking about in today's video is about Patrick Williams and Thaddeus Young. And the other day, Thaddeus Young went on the latest episode of the Road Trippin' podcast, and he was hyping up Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams, I'd say he had a solid rookie season. I know some Bulls fans are still not happy. We could have traded up one spot and got LaMelo Ball. But no matter what, I'm still very high on Patrick Williams. The sky is the limit for him. He has no ceiling. And he's only 19 years old, coming into the NBA with no really off-season, no training camp really. And he pretty much started every game for the Bulls. He played solid. Of course, he didn't play that well in some games. His season was up and down, but he definitely has all the tools and just physical assets to become I'd say a star in the NBA. And I'll throw up the clip right now of Thaddeus Young talking about Patrick Williams.
That's how I feel about Patrick Williams on our team.
Yes.
With the 4th pick, they stole him one. I don't know how you seen this motherfucker at Florida State coming off the bench, playing limited minutes to get him to the league, and him doing some of the shit that he does. Some of the shit that he does, he thinks he's just doing it, and we this shit's amazing.
Yeah.
And, you'd love to hear that. I mean, Thaddeus Young has played in the NBA for 13 or 14 seasons now. He's played with great talents. He knows how good players are going to become. He just knows how good Patrick Williams can become. He even said with their 4th pick, they stole him. Some of the things he does is just amazing. I'm really excited for Patrick Williams to be working out this offseason. I hope Patrick, Coby, and Zach all work out in this upcoming offseason. I'm really excited for the Bulls offseason and next season, including Patrick Williams. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about just talking about any of the topics I talked about. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.